So it looks like he's got a spawning pool back up. Going to be trying to build some banelings here and utilizing that spawn larva technique again, of course. And it looks like KHB is going to send out these couple of mutas that he has to clean these up because, of course, Hellions cannot attack air. And he loses about half the HP on his layer before he's able to take these out and make a move. And TeamEG trying to kite these mutas around to keep him busy because he knows that he's only got 3 Marines at his base. So if those mutas come to attack his base, he might be in trouble. Other than back at his mineral line here, he's got 4 turrets to defend against the anti-air. Of course, nothing up. Oh, I'm sorry. There is 2 turrets up at his base. So he must have just recently put those up because I did not see those a little bit ago. So throwing down a lot of turrets, actually. He's got 2 more going down at the expansion here. And I don't know if KHB is going to try to go heavy Mutalisks. He's only got 3 right now. And I don't see any more building at the moment in this production layover, although he is getting an Infestor, which the Infestor has the fungal growth ability that I had mentioned earlier. So that's going to be very, very useful against the infantry army, although primarily it looks like he has Hellions right now. He does have a few Marauders, and again, he's got 4 Marines here now, it looks like. So he does have some infantry, but his army right now is a little bit more focused on the mechanic build. So trying to use these Mutalisks to the best of his ability, but there's just not a whole lot of places that he can get little punch shots in because there are so many turrets up in TeamEG's base right now. So these Mutalisks are not going to be able to do a whole lot, and both players seem to be turtling pretty hard. So it looks like we're going to see a little bit of a long, drawn-out game here, and we'll probably see some later tech units especially as well. TeamEG again moving out on the map with some more Hellions here, likely scouting around to see if KHB has tried to expand again to make sure he does not fall too far behind economically. And in the meantime, KHB again running around with these Mutalisks, trying to find any open spots where he can take a couple shots and do a little bit of extra damage to his enemy. And there are more and more Marines streaming out of these barracks, so it doesn't look like these Mutalisks are going to be able to effectively harass just about anything. Between the Marines and the turrets, there is a lot of anti-air in TeamEG's base right now. And he even has Thors going down. Now, a couple starports going down as well. He could be using these to get either Banshees or Medivacs. Since it seems like he's going more heavy on the infantry right now, I would assume initially he's going to be going for some Medivacs. But given the fact that both players are turtled pretty hard, I would think that we can also see some Ravens or possibly even some battle cruisers a little bit later in this game, unless somebody's able to do something pretty drastic here in the not too distant future. Since again, if you just look at how many defensive structures both players have, and actually it appears that KHB is massing Infestors. That is, unless I'm mistaken, take a look at the units overlay here. He has 3 Zerglings, 3 Mutalisks, and 6 Infestors. 7 Infestors now, which that comprises of his whole army right now. So, which again, fungal growth extremely useful against infantry, but it's not by any means an only attack move. And it looks like 2 Thors out for TeamEG now as well too. Which those are also very, very strong anti-air units. So again, the Mutalisks not really going to have a whole lot of options for harassment. Luckily, though, these they are very good for countering these Hellions. So as these Hellions move around the map, KHB does get some free shots in on those to keep him from getting into his base and sniffing around too much and finding out what he's doing. Because I'm not sure how TeamEG would respond if he knew that he was massing Infestors right now. I'm very, very curious to see what he does with these, because Infestors can be very useful, but I've only seen them be very useful in conjunction with, you know, with other units. So I'm curious to see what he's planning on doing with these. And right now, nothing producing at the main. Let's take a look at another look at the production overlay here. It does look like he's getting a greater spire, so probably going to be going for Brood Lords here, and a couple of Corruptors morphing out now. So the greater spire in the Corruptors definitely indicating that he's going to be going for some Brood Lords most likely. And KHB is trying to break down the destructible rocks, possibly trying to get up into his expansion over here so he can get a 3rd base going and some extra econ. In the meantime, it looks like TeamEG now has 4 Thors, and he is producing Medivacs out of his starports. And there is another set of destructible rocks going down. So the Terran player also looking to expand himself. He does have a command center about 2/3 built. So he will be flying that up there as soon as that finishes as well, I'm guessing. And I'm not sure, does he have Stimpack? He's just finishing up Stimpack right now on the research. Actually, in the production overlay, you can see that too. I keep forgetting this tool is here. It's so useful, and I don't use it nearly enough. But TeamEG's main base is just about mined out, so he is going to need this expansion sooner than later, which is a good thing that he's already getting ready to fly his command center over there. And now it looks like we do have more not Immortals, Infestors. And Brood Lords are building for KHB, so I'm not sure how many of these he's going to try to get before he moves out. But, and what is that attacking? Is there more destructible rocks? Yeah, those are still going down right now. And it looks like TeamEG moving out. A very, very sizable army, especially with 4 Thors along with his Marines. He's got, that looks like, yikes, 24 Marines. Sorry if my math is wrong. And he does have a couple medevacs to go with it as well. So those Thors are going to soak up a lot of damage. Although another ability that the Infestors do have that can be very, very useful is they can cast this ability called Neural Parasite. And this is basically like mind control. What that allows you to do is take control of any given enemy unit. And as you can see, these Infestors also can move while they are burrowed. The Infestors cannot cast spells while they're burrowed, so if you want to cast a Neural Parasite or Fungal Growth, you do have to use, or you do have to unburrow rather, making your Infestors susceptible to attack. But it looks like TeamEG is going to guard this expansion while he gets it up and running. And I'm sorry, you can see now the KHB moving into TeamEG's base, and TeamEG does have a couple of Ravens as well, which if he has, does he have the Heat Seeker Missile? And there's the Fungal Growth. This, as you can see, the health for these infantry units just melting so quickly from that Fungal Growth. And I don't know if you noticed the animation, but when they had Fungal Growth on them, they cannot actually move. So they basically just get stuck there and they take damage over time. And also you can see he's casting Fungal Growth on these Thors. Unfortunately, Fungal Growth does not do a hugely significant amount of damage. And there's the Neural Parasite. So it looks like KHB pulling out every trick in the book with these Infestors. This has actually been a very, very cool build. And it looks like these Brood Lords are going to be able to move into the main expansion for TeamEG here. Although he could pretty easily take out this expansion since it's not guarded anymore as well. And he does have another Thor controlled here, although he just lost control of that, so the Brood Lords are under attack from it again. And the Ravens from TeamEG not really doing much right now because they do not have any energy. And these Brood Lords, you can just see how powerful they are. Their attack not only does a decent amount of damage, and the Fungal Growth going down again on these infantry units. And like I said, you can just see how powerful that is. One Fungal Growth can cover a nice cluster size of Marines and just does so much damage so quickly. And it looks like we may actually see this expansion from TeamEG go down, although he is trying to repair it now while he makes some additional units. And TeamEG sending out some Vikings here, it looks like. Although another Neural Parasite. KHB is using Neural Parasite like a maniac. And for some reason KHB has his Queen coming up in here. I'm not sure what that's all about. That may have been by mistake. And it looks like a couple more Corruptors coming from KHB. I don't see anything other than more Corruptors coming from KHB.